Welcome back to Talkville. We are back. Ryan and I aren't feeling well, so bear with us. The ultimate Smallville rewatch podcast, where we go back every week and we watch every episode. Yes, we watch every episode. We talk about it. We talk about it with you. Sometimes you're on here and you're a guest. Our patrons. We love our patrons. Ryan, how are you? Tom, good to see you.
Thanks for doing this, guys. We're kind of squeezing this one in, to be honest. And I appreciate all your patience on both your parts.
Yeah, well, of course. Join Patreon and support this podcast, patreon.com/talkville. And it really helps the podcast more than you know. If you want to see this show keep going, please support us. You're the reason why we do it. And if you didn't get a chance to call in our hotline, leave a question for this episode. Make sure you do it for future ones. All that in the info is more, and more is down in the show's description. And if you go to my Instagram, my link tree at the Michael Rosenbaum, you'll see that we're going to Cincinnati. You'll see that we're going to Liverpool. You'll see, next year's schedule is up soon. The Smallville cruise.
Smallville cruise is a big one because I think once this airs, Cincinnati will be done.
Yeah, but the Smallville cruise is coming up, so sign up for that. Cruiseville.com. You do not want to miss it. I'm doing a pajama party / karaoke party. Tom's doing an Uno night.
I won't be there.
What?
I'm not going to go to the pajama party. I'm just not.
You're not going to go to my pajama
party?
I
just got this Minecraft onesie for my kids got for me. Maybe I'll show up with that.
You should. You should show up. Trying to get Ryan on this cruise too. Well, we'll figure it out. But also, Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath. If you have a dog out there and you want your dog to have fresh breath, you just put a cap full in your dog's water, and it's odorless, tasteless, and your dog's breath will get better. I promise you. Tom's dog's name's Rosie. My nickname's Rosie. Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, available on Amazon. And The Talented Farter. The Talented Farter, my book, is a sound book. It's such a wonderful book. If you don't have it, go to Amazon. The Talented Farter. Check it out. I think you'll really like it. Next time I see you at a con, I'll sign it for you. So there's that. There's the Inside of You online store with tons of merch. Smallville scripts, Lexmas, the pilot signed, lunch boxes signed by me and Tom, ship keys signed, tumblers, much, much more. So get that for sure. Go to the talkvillepodcast.com for other merch, like Damn Who's That shirts and more. Without further ado, let's get into season 7, episode 15. This is Veritas. Veritas aired March 27th, folks, 2008. Director James Marshall. Means it was a lot of filming. Writers Kelly Sodders and Brian Peterson. Guest starred James Marsders as Brainiac, Jonathan Scarf as Robert Queen, Rick Ravanello as Edward Teague, Connor Stanhope as Little Lex, Anna Galvin as Gina. Synopsis: Milton Finer returns to recruit Kara, but someone close to her takes the hit. Lex puts together the missing pieces of the Veritas mystery, and Lois and Jimmy investigate Lionel. I wonder how that will go.
Did you ever feel
like a plastic
working
bag?
With Marshall, and we tried to get him on the show, and it's just not his thing. Just like Annette, it's not her thing, and that's fine. I always knew with Marshall I had to pack a lunch, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be in there for the long haul.
Yeah, but it was always going to be good, but you had to adjust your
mindset. You had to know that with this director, you were going to be filming to the last minute of production and maybe more. And you're going to be exhausted. You're going to get good performances, and it's going to be a good episode, but you're going to work like you've never worked.
Yeah.
That was Marshall's MO. Kara's farm chores are carefully watched by a hawk. It sails into the barn, causes Shelby to lose his God mind, and is revealed to be Milton Fine. Kara doesn't know who he is yet, but he claims she should go back and save everyone she ever loved, and he needs her for vague reasons. She says, "Not my problem," and Clark tosses Fine out of the barn. Says, "If this had gone my way, no one would have gotten hurt." Blows through Clark and Kara and takes to the skies. Ryan?
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen yet, but he wants something, and he wants Kara for some reason.
I wouldn't trust this
We
guy.
don't know.
Has anyone tracked what version of Fine this is? Because there's multi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back at the Kent house, Kara learns that Fine is Brainiac, and for some reason, he's after her. Could be Zod related, but the only thing the L Bros agreed on was that Zod was a douche. Kara notes that to face Fine, they need to be on an even playing field, and Clark has to make like Steve Miller Band and fly like an eagle. And then at the DP, Jimmy catches Lois deep in writer's block. She gets an email from the Metropolis coroner revealing that Patricia Swan didn't drown in the lake as previously assumed, but was shot. This provides the spark these work platonics needed.
At Luther Manor, Lex stares daggers at the stained glass family crest. Why haven't I noticed this before? It wasn't there, was it? Now it's been right in front of me the whole time. Gina asks, how come all the Veritas stuff now? Lex explains that ever since he was shot in Detroit, he's been having these flashes of the things he'd forgotten. Finally, all the cryptic symbols and mystic stones his father had been hiding have a name. A lot of stuff going on. This Veritas is confusing, but it's the story.
It's so confusing because
it's out of the blue.
This episode seems out of order, but we have been talking about Veritas for a long time.
In a flashback, Lil Lex, Lil Patty, Lil JJ, and Lil Ollie, with a bow and quiver to drive it home, play hide and seek. Lil Lex hides in a closet with a convenient vent that allows him to eavesdrop on the dad's illicit conversation. Lionel wants them to open an envelope containing Swan's research on the Traveler, but they refuse. Robert Queen reveals a key and a locket and says they're going to lock the envelope in a bank in Zurich. So there are two keys.
There are two keys.
Two keys. We got to get those two keys to open up the bank vault.
Yep. These are suddenly the big MacGuffins of the series that we've been looking for.
Yep. Big
Wasn't
MacGuffin.
there just a Mission Impossible 15 where they needed two keys to open up something in a submarine?
What was it? The entity?
The entity.
The entity.
Yes.
Back in the manor, Lex opens the Swan locket, revealing an identical key. He tells Gina to find out the bank in Zurich where this key fits. It's amazing how he trusts her with this key. It's like
he ends up with a lot of like right-hand people suddenly. You notice that like throughout the series, like suddenly there's like someone that he's talking to all the time.
Yeah. She's been around for a few episodes.
I mean, she's been around for a few episodes, but she wasn't around for so long. And before that, it was just another guy. And then before that was another dude. And
yeah,
there's just like the cycle of like right-hand people that Lex has is interesting.
Yeah. And then they go away. They always die very
suddenly, or they get cast in something else, or their agent F's up the contract.
So right now it's Gina. At Luther Corp, Lois and Jimmy sneak into Lionel's office dressed as commercial botanists. They grill him on Patricia Swan and her trademark necklace that was forcibly removed from her. Security throws them out. Then Lionel loosens his tie, exposing Queen's locket.
By the way, great acting right there.
Classic Lionel line. It is boundless courage you have or incorrigible stupidity.
I love that line.
There's no way it was written the way that Lionel takes off that necklace. That's all John Glover.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was beautiful what he did. Like, the pulling it out and, like, making, like, an offering of it. That was great.
The tie is kind of like his, like in a way, it was like he was given permission to, like, loosen his personality. When the tie is up, like, he's, like, Lionel. But then there's other moments that we've seen where, like, he's, like, been a little bit, was it last episode where he was like a little drunk confronting Clark and he was like, you have to believe me, but like he had a button loose.
Yeah.
So there is like something like symbolic to him being buttoned up all the time.
Ryan, tell us what happens at the barn.
At the barn, Clark stays grounded as Kara zips around the sky. She tells him it's super easy, and then he gets real defensive about it. Then they pivot to Fine and conclude he runs on some kind of energy, but it's not the sun. Do you remember trying to fly, Tom?
No, he doesn't. I could tell you right now. Look at his face. No. He doesn't remember.
I'm trying to come up with something, but
no reason.
I knew that my hand had to be closed. There was some discussion about where my other hand would be. But Michael's right. The answer is no.
The answer is negatory. At the foundation, Lana screens glitch, but Fine appears and holds her down. He finger jabs her through the eyes and forehead until a bloody teardrop rolls down her cheek. Why is he doing this? He's controlling her to help with him.
He's just trying to get to Clark, and he's trying to get to Kara, and he's trying to convince Clark to let Kara go with him. And this is the way through, literally through Lana's head.
Interesting. Go ahead.
At the DP, Clark and Chloe learn about Patricia's death and suspect Lionel. Using her connections at the DWP, Chloe scans power grids for unusual surges and locates one in Metropolis right near the Foundation. Because that's what just happened. Fine was just there. Clark super speeds to the Foundation and finds Lionel scribbling on an envelope. Clark accuses him of killing Patricia, but all Lionel can spit out is that Lana had a visitor earlier. Clark speeds away and Lionel puts down the envelope that reads, Lana, urgent.
Clark gets home and finds Lana catatonic, burning her hand on a boiling pot. Kara arrives, and upon seeing Lana's glazed eyes, laments that it was supposed to be her. Lana scrawls Kryptonian on a notepad that reads, Deliver Kara, Daily Planet. Yeah, those contacts had to hurt, huh?
Yeah.
Having to wear those all the time. Ooh, those were brutal. Wearing contacts,
Have you tried?
I've never had to wear contacts, but thank God I didn't.
I have.
They're brutal.
For a sketch, I played Pennywise the Clown.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
And so the makeup artist was very kind, but it took way too long to get these yellow contacts into my eyes. I was so squeamish about it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
if you don't know how to put contacts
you do hear stories about actors who will put like rocks in their shoes so that they have a limp. There's people who they have to wear glasses and they'll ask that the prescriptions are off on purpose so that they can't really see what they're doing. And it just adds to the discomfort of the scene.
The difficulty, right.
Yeah.
Later at the foundation, Lois and Jimmy look for clues. They open Lionel's envelope that contains a note reading, Lana, I'm innocent. You have to believe me. A criminal report on Patricia's driver and a photo of the driver rendezvousing with Lex.
In his DP office, Lex packs for Switzerland, but Gina drops the bomb that the vault requires. Dookies.
I like that Lex was packing for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't trust anyone.
You don't have somebody for that?
Do you think he's good at folding shirts? Like, you know when you have to fold like a dress shirt into a bag?
They cut that scene where I was like, help me!
Somebody.
I'm incompetent!
You're looking up a YouTube video how to do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he needs 2 keys. Lex rips open his briefcase and pulls out a newspaper with the headline, Queen Industries CEO presumed dead. And then he flashes back to playing with a Warrior Angel action figure on top of the same newspaper. From the waiting area outside his father's office, he sees Lionel receiving Queen's locket from a security guard and overhears, the Traveler is useless unless we can control him. Lionel finds Lil Lex and asks if he wants to take a helicopter ride to a little town called Smallville.
So that,
I feel like there could have been a
circle.
series, maybe a limited series, where it's just Lex and Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
It could be just the 13 episode, small little thing. Maybe Bruce Wayne shows up.
Do you know they had, this pissed me off. They had something on like Collider, or I forgot what it was called. Maybe it wasn't Collider, started with an R. But they said the best 10 shows the CW's ever had, and Smallville wasn't on one of them. But they had like Supergirl and other shows that were like spin-offs of Smallville. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? We were the first out of all of these shows. We should be on their top 5 guaranteed. Screw you, whoever wrote that. That's such bullshit, man.
We should have them on the show.
You're going to put shows that got the idea from Smallville, and you're not going to put Smallville on there? You could kiss my bald ass. That pissed me off. I said a comment in it. I did. I wrote a comment like, I go, are you kidding me? Let them go, oh man, Michael Rosenbaum responded. Yeah, I responded because it's bullshit. Anybody believe me? Anybody agree with me there? If you don't agree with me, you're not a Smallville fan. You're not a...
I mean, what else is... What, Buffy? That's on the list,
yeah,
right?
Buffy was on there. It was like Superman and Lois. And I'm not saying these shows are bad. I'm just saying Smallville, it was the first. It was a movie every week. It was like it gave, if nothing else, it gave...
Veritas.
Well, look at DC now with all the Superman movies and all this stuff. It's like if you don't give homage to freaking Smallville, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Well, I do think the fact that Smallville, as you and I both know as we travel for the cons, has been in every country that has television for many years. And there's a lot of people out there who've seen it.
It started all of it. The reason Arrow, the reason Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow or Yesterday or whatever the show's called, all these shows started because Smallville was such a huge success. It gave them everything. And someone's not going to put Smallville as the top 10 shows. Blasphemy! Flash to the present, and Lex realizes where the key is. Clark finds Kara on the roof of the DP and asks her not to go. Fine appears and tells them that he adjusted Lana's nervous system and only he can reverse it. He and Kara take to the stratosphere and head through a space portal, leaving Clark looking like an idiot on the roof. Yeah, you know what? How about that episode way back when you jumped up into the rocket ship? Why can't you do that now?
Because there's no rocket ship.
Yeah, but they jumped up. Why can't he jump up? He jumped very high. That could propel him into what's called flying.
Because Lana is literally leaving him on the ground.
Grounded.
He cannot take to the skies because he's attached to Lana.
Bullshit.
She is pulling him down.
I'm just glad that Ryan answered that question and I didn't have to. Thank you.
At the DP, Lionel warns Chloe that Clark is in danger, but she doesn't believe him because Lionel preys on good people's aptitude for forgiveness, and Clark is the closest he'll get to seeing God. As Tom drops his iPad. He drops to his knees and says, "Forgiveness doesn't matter because what's coming is more terrible." And then Clark visits Lana, who has been institutionalized.
Very sad
She
moment.
stares blankly out the window, only able to whisper,
Kal-El. You're too late, Kal-El. Clark closes her eyes, places his head in her lap, and weeps. Superman tears.
that was sad.
It was sad. It was an emotional scene. You know, closing thoughts. Did the Veritas build-up land? I don't think so. I think it was sort of rushed. It was placed in the show too quickly and abruptly, and and then they ran with it, and I'm not sure they knew what they were running with. And I think it works and it doesn't work. But we'll see what happens. There's 5 episodes left after this. Is Lionel worth redeeming? Has he ever been? Do you think Lionel, this actually changed him, like he said, like he's a better person, he's a better man? Do you think that Lionel, I think he was forced to do this. So I'm not sure it made him a better man. I think, you are who you are.
Is that a Pearl Jam song?
Nothing Man. There's a song called
Better
Nothing Man.
Better
Nothing
Man.
Man. How do we feel about Kara's arc being tied to Brainiac? I there's a lot of missing variables here. I'm not sure how to answer any of these questions because I don't think we've been given enough information.
Yeah,
it seems abrupt.
Well, I think that's why there's more questions than answers right now.
Right.
But
I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now, I'm gonna give this a heater because I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about it either.
I don't know what my takeaway is. I saw some good performances.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that was by design.
It was sort of an episode that you watched and you're like, okay, I need a lot more information here.
Well, I think there's a reason for that, and if we read ahead, you will find out why.
The institution set looked new. Where was that? It was just the same set. I think it was the same set.
Was it?
Well, it was a set on
a big ass
the
window.
lot. And they just created that. It was definitely shot on location, or not on location, in the studio. Interesting things to note. Lionel calls
on location at the studio. It was outside, is what you mean?
No, it was inside. Lionel calls Lois and Jimmy the dynamic duo, an allusion to Batman and Robin. No shit, which John Glover is tied to as he voiced the Riddler in Batman, the animated series. In the writer's strike, if the writer's strike didn't end, this was poised to be the season finale. Can you believe that?
So that is the reason for a lot of this, I think. This was supposed to be the finale, and then they realized, oh, shoot, it's not.
Veritas was the last of the 15 pre-written scripts that were able to air during the strike. And during the strike, fans mailed pencils to studio executives in solidarity with the writers. According to Al Gough, Smallville received the second most pencils.
I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
The fandom was deep. But yeah, this was supposed to be the finale. And then it wasn't.
Now that you say that, that makes more sense. The fact that as a fan of any show, I hate finales because you're like, it's always like, what's going to happen next? That's exactly how this feels. What did I just see? What's happening next? So in that sense, I might move up my heater. I'm thinking about it.
I got some time to think about it. Oh, is he calling Al?
Talkville is brought to you by AG1. Tom, what would you and I do without AG1? This has become such a routine in our life, and routines, good, healthy routines, are so much better than bad ones. So if you're not doing anything, I urge you to start this healthy routine with AG1. It's just a scoop in a glass of water. You stir it, and your day is going to be brighter. I feel, I can speak for the both of us and millions of people around the world, but I have energy, I have focus. It's good probiotics, prebiotics. It's good for your gut. It's all these things. I know you don't live without it.
No, I had it this morning, and you said even if you're not doing anything, I think even if you are doing things, this is going to just supplement it even more. I mean, it's so good. It makes me feel faster, makes me feel better. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, folks, and AG1 isn't just another supplement. It's a daily micro habit that supports whole body health in one scoop. Here's how to make it. A scoop in your water. Stir it. Deliciousness. Done. It's that easy. It's such a cool thing. You'll feel accomplished. Like, hey, I started the day with AG1. Just start that and then ease in exercise and other things, healthy things. Especially, look, you go to crowded airports and there's always sickness or someone coughing. You want to protect yourself and, have some AG1, and that's going to do it. Antioxidants, probiotics, functional mushrooms help support immune resilience. Darker plus shorter days may throw off your rhythm. Superfoods and B vitamins help support steady energy without the crash.
Holiday meals means getting lost in sweets and snacking. A full spectrum of micronutrients from whole foods help fill nutrition gaps.
End of the year can bring stress and disrupted habits. Prebiotics, probiotics, and enzymes help support regularity and gut resilience. What are you waiting for? You found it. It's AG1. Head to drinkag1.com/talkville to get a free welcome kit with an AG1 flavor sampler and a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2 when you first subscribe. That's drinkag1.com/talkville. I'm calling Al.
You can call Al.
What if we called Miles one time? Would that be different?
Al,
They're always together.
Michael.
You're here with Ryan and Tom. How the hell are you, man? You're a busy man.
I'm good. How are you?
Hello, sir.
How far along are you in season 3?
We are writing away, as I will say.
Writing away. I feel like that's never ending with you, Al.
It's never ending. Michael, you remember, it's television. You're always writing.
Yeah, that's true. We are at the episode Veritas, which there was a writer's strike, and initially Veritas was supposed to be the finale of season 7. Do you remember that?
I actually kind of do. What happens in Veritas? You'll have to remind me.
Brainiac comes back. He takes Kara through a portal.
Yes.
It was a little bit confusing this episode. It was just a little bit like there's a lot of what's going on. Do you think Veritas, maybe this whole storyline was sort of forced or rushed a little too much?
Sorry, Michael, I love when you do this to me because it's so good.
And the actor's strike was a big part of this. Could have been the finale, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah. I think that was what was interesting about that season, and the fact is, we still made 20 episodes of television on that strike season.
Yeah.
I think part of it is just because we were in season 7 and the show was, a well-oiled machine, and we had, Kelly and Brian and Todd and Darren and people who really knew how to write the show. So we were mercifully ahead. And I remember we had a bunch of scripts that we had kind of done, but then when we had to stop writing, we just sent them to Warner's and said, here they are. You can shoot them or not shoot them. That's your call. We're not making any changes because we can't. And so if they don't fit the budget, we don't know what to tell you. They ended up making all those episodes. And I think Veritas might have been the last of looking at because it was episode 15. So I think that might have been and it was aired in March. So I think that was the last of the bunch. And we sort of wrote it where if that was it, that was it. So I think it's a little bit of a, it could have been a finale if it had to be a finale, and then we were able to come back and do, I think, like 5 more.
Well, also at this time, Al, you and Miles knew that this was your last season. So this was sort of it for you. You were kind of transitioning, weren't you?
Here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. We didn't. That came up after the strike. So I guess the strike ended on Valentine's Day. So I think we would have had that conversation because we met with Peter, and I know at the time it was the network wants to pick us up for season 8, but we're going to have to reduce the budget of the show. It's the usual thing when you're in the later seasons of a show, where everything becomes expensive because the cast is very expensive, the crew's expensive. Again, as they should be. They've been doing it for 7 years. But you have less money to make the show. So Miles and I figured if we went away, we knew Ken Horton, our handshake agreement with Ken was, if you guys are here, I'm here. The minute you're not here, I'm leaving. So we all left. And Michael, I think I had conversations with you where you were like, I'm not coming back. So we're like, okay, Michael's leaving. And so once we frankly did the math on taking all of those salaries out of the budget, they could make the show. And then the last thing Miles and I did, we had them build, I think it was like a Metropolis street, because if they're reducing the show, we have to leave them with enough sets and a quote unquote kind of backlot area where they can make the show. And we figured if we don't build it this season, they're not going to have the money to build it in season 8. And at that point, because I think, Tom, I don't know if they'd come back to you yet to renegotiate. We weren't sure if like season 8 was going to be the last season, because our kind of deal was if season 8 was going to be it, we would have stayed and done season 8. But if it was just going to keep going.
They didn't come to me in 7. They came to me about 8. So
yes,
I think what you're talking about now, I had not started talking to them about what I was doing because, to be honest, I was not thinking about coming back. I was exhausted.
I had conversations with you. I remember, but you may not remember. But I was like, dude, if we're ready to wrap this up, let's wrap this up. And I think, look, wisely, you were kind of keeping your options open, and I think as you should have. And I'm not going to complain. The fact that we went 10 seasons is phenomenal, and frankly,
no. But I will say, and Al, I mean, part of it is this is the time when the whole economic crash happened.
Yes, I know.
And so it was like, okay, do you stick with something you have that's looking pretty good, or do you go out into the Wild West? And I remember talking to you about that a bit.
Yeah, no, and I think, look, I think you made the right call, and I'm grateful in the fact that we, ended up going 10 seasons. And here's the thing: the great thing about the show was, we knew that, and again, Miles and I were, I joke, after 150 episodes, like, what do you have left to say? And we had Todd and Darren, and we had Kelly and Brian in the wings who were absolutely capable of running the show at this point, who had written so many episodes that we knew, and it's Superman. The show can, and the way we had already transitioned, with the Green Lantern by pulling in more of the kind of DC lore. I mean, I think the fact that we slow rolled it for so long actually helped us in the latter seasons, once we left, because it gave there was still a lot of ground to cover and villains and characters you could pull from that toy box. So we knew, because we knew once you left too, it becomes a different show, which is fine in season 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
That's, and the fact that it could.
Well, he's never seen it, so I can't wait on this podcast for him to recognize that.
I haven't either. The only episode I watched post our leaving, because I remember reading an interview with Aaron Sorkin where he had left and said, I never watched anything on West Wing after season 4. And to be honest with you, we did the same because, look, we weren't there. We had to give those guys the freedom to kind of, pivot the show and kind of make the show that could sustain. I think the only episode I did watch, because they asked me to, was the 200th episode, which I think was like I think the Bug Boy kid came back for like a prom or something like that, which I thought was very charming in the way that they were kind of able to pull pull those strings together. So, But I think for us, it was very bittersweet because we were just coming out of a strike, but we felt like we'd set the show up, to run. I think Miles and I wanted to kind of, do different things. We ended up producing our first movie. We had it's just, for us, it felt like the right time to go. And also we knew the show was in good hands, and we knew, like, frankly, if we went, that it would actually be, they would have enough money to keep making the show.
Yeah.
The show was going to be different, but the show was always going to be different.
Al, is it too late for me to sue Warner Brothers? It's probably too late.
Michael, you're going to have to ask a lawyer about that. That's not me.
I feel like that's a bumper sticker. It's never too late to sue.
It's never too late to sue. Well, we appreciate it. Is Wednesday going to be season 3? Is it going to be even better and edgier than season 2?
That is the plan. As you know, you always want to believe your best season's ahead of you. So we're super proud of season 2 and the response it's gotten, and now we're trying to top ourselves in season 3. So it's a daunting task, but you're
killing it. You're killing it. I love the show.
It's delightful to watch. It's so much fun.
Let me at least be a voiceover of some inanimate object.
Absolutely.
Can't you be Michael? Why don't you be the hand? Do they have?
I want to be the voice of something just like deep, because I could do so many. Come on, Al.
You can be the guy who says 15 years later.
30 years later, Wednesday Addams. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
But listen, we appreciate it. What sucks is now going into if I do season 8, 9, and 10 for the rewatch.
It's gonna be tough.
Is my tenure now over on Talkville?
I don't know.
I can't really offer you any insights beyond this season.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to call Miles.
I don't know. I might have to have you watch an episode and talk to you about it. That would be probably out of place though. Yeah, I don't know.
Look, I just want to say, I think the fact that you guys are doing this podcast and doing all the cons, and it's also, I think, helped keep the show alive. I don't know if I told you this. We got a lot of love for Smallville in the latest Wednesday press tour, like a lot of questions. I think some of it's because the movie was out, but just people telling us how much they love it, how much they love you guys. You're their favorites. And I just think, it is greatly appreciated. And look, the fact that you guys are friends all these years later, and the fact that when you guys get together at the cons, and I watch the stuff on Instagram, that that it was a positive experience in your lives actually means a lot.
Yeah.
You were all so young, and that you've sort of come out the other side and are friends and felt it was something in your life that was meaningful. Means a lot to Miles and I. So I just I want to say
thank you. Well, listen, just real quick, thank you for putting us together on that show together. I wouldn't necessarily call us friends, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. Michael and I transcend something that I don't necessarily really have with anybody else. We just
it's kind of like a brother thing. We're kind of like brothers.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's great. And look, here's the thing too, and I just want to put this out there, and I've started to have some conversations with Warner's, is next October is the 25th year, so we got to do something big. We got to do a big Comic-Con. We have to do
we need to do the animated show, damn it.
Well, we need to do that too, but as you know, that is in the hands of others that we can certainly talk to, but we definitely want to do, I think the show deserves it, has the fan base, that we need to do some big kind of 25th year.
I'm down with that.
Why don't we come up with something for the animated series to at least give them a treatment and say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. This is its own entity. It doesn't matter if there's a new Lex, a new Clark. This is Smallville, the series that was on. It's a continuation, 5 years later, the animated series with all the old voices of all the originals. And it's something that I don't know, maybe they'd like that.
Michael, as you know, the person you need to talk to is one of your friends.
I know.
It's either that or we start a
Literally,
GoFundMe.
like, you're preaching to the choir. You have no issues with Premier Miles. We completely agree.
Thank you, Al.
All right. Well, I'll see what I could do.
Thank you for saying that.
I hate to ask him for anything. I don't ask him for anything.
But
look, we love you and we love Miles. And thanks for always being here for us. And, we might ask you, we might call you just to chat, in later episodes, just to chat.
I'm happy to always be here and give some context or fill in things. But, it's been great. And it's actually fun to go down memory lane with you guys on especially in these later seasons, because I'll be honest with you, it's all a bit of a blur. The first three seasons are very much ingrained in my head, but when we get to these seasons, it's always fun to go back and watch some of these episodes.
Yeah, well, what's great, Al, is that there was a spike on Hulu on Smallville. People started watching after the Superman and the podcast Superman movie.
Yeah,
there was a spike in viewings of Smallville. It was one of the highest ranked shows on Hulu. So that's a good thing.
It's great. I mean, this is the thing is it's like I think the other thing too that we've all done is we've made the thing about Smallville, when you still watch it, despite some of the music and the soundtrack and stuff, it feels very timeless. It's a well-produced show, so it has a timeless quality, which I think you can watch it today.
Yeah.
Still
I totally agree.
Engaged in it.
Yeah, I was also upset about the passing of Mark Snow. I thought that was really sad.
I know.
He was really great.
I know. He was amazing. He was amazing. I remember reaching out to him. Miles and I reached out because sort of at the time, X-Files was kind of our high watermark in terms of quality, genre television. And we're like, whatever, Smallville's got to be of that quality, of the X-Files quality.
And he gave it that quality.
Yeah, and we wanted him to do this. And, you can never underestimate what score can do for a show.
Man.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we love you. We wish you the best and all the success in the world. You don't need our help, but we always wish you the best.
Thanks, guys.
All right. See ya.
Love you, Al. Thank you.
Love you, Al.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. As the sun sets a little earlier and the seasons change, it's a good reminder to reach out and check in with those you care about and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. Call that friend you haven't talked to in a while or grab lunch with someone you've been missing. This November, BetterHelp is encouraging people to reconnect and remember how powerful connection really is. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully qualified. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences. And if you're not happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recs. With over 30,000 therapists worldwide, BetterHelp is one of the leading online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/talkville. That's betterhelp.com/talkville. We are here with Brett G, our lovable patron who supports this podcast, supports my Inside of You podcast. He's amazing. Love this guy. How did you become a Smallville fan?
I was always a Superman fan. And then when I heard about Smallville, about Clark being young, that got me right into it. So I started from the beginning, and every year I would buy the CD, the new DVD, and watch first season. Then next year I watched the first, second, and keep going all the way to the end.
I love it. And did you watch by yourself or did you watch with friends or family?
I watched by myself, but I had a group of poker friends. We would go every Thursday to play poker, and we'd always talk about Smallville.
Did you win or lose?
Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost.
No, that's life, man. Unless you're me, you always lose in poker. Not so much with life, sometimes with life. But, well, look, the episode is Veritas. And, we kind of have mixed reviews here. And There was a lot of story, and I felt like the story was thrown at us a bit fast in this season, Veritas. But how did you like the episode? What did you like about it?
I like James Marger's portion of it.
And did you like it? What did you thought it was gripping? It was intense enough for you, or did you think it lacked? It was one of the weaker episodes.
It was probably one of the weaker episodes.
Yeah, well, what's your favorite episode?
I have to be honest. The Labyrinth episode, I never really liked that episode until we started doing this podcast. And I really got into the Labyrinth. I just couldn't get into it back when I was watching it live or when it first came out. But since you did the podcast, I was like, wow, this is really a great episode.
Yeah, that was good. Do you think in Veritas, at this point there's no turning back for Lex? Like he's kind of going down that dark path and it's what it is?
He's going to kill his father eventually.
But
right?
he hasn't yet. We're in Veritas. So at this point, do you think...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, it's all right.
Spoiler.
No, spoiler, no. But do you think it's justified? Do you think people still care for Lex and are hoping he can turn it around? Or do you think, okay, this is, what he did to Lana and now what he's doing and, chasing this Veritas thing and, he'll have people killed and all, it's just, it's a Lex we haven't seen in previous seasons that's starting to get darker. Do you, is it warranted? Do you understand why he's doing all this? Does it make sense? Do you still like him or are you starting to hate him now?
I like the character anyway. I like villains in general. So yeah, I think he's going down that dark path. He's even darker now.
What do you like about a villain character and specifically the Lex one?
How intelligent he is. Like intelligent characters intrigue me, like especially Lex.
Yeah. Do you think maybe it's the backstory? Do you think it's maybe we see why he becomes evil and we see, what causes it? And that's kind of like, that's a kind of cool factor that a lot of times, on TV, you just see evil. And we don't know how that person became that way, but we've got a glimpse into his past.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's what makes him probably the most interesting. What do you think's happening with Clark? I mean, what do you, after watching this episode, their friendship is obviously deteriorating. There's no way back, I guess. You're hoping every once in a while you kind of see a glimmer or, like this little bit of hope that, maybe they could figure it out. But do you think at this point it's too late?
It's definitely too late. It's too late.
It's too late. How many times have you seen Smallville through?
I want to say at least 5 or 6 times.
And do you like it more each time you watch it?
Yes, but this podcast actually helped me understand more things that I didn't understand before.
Oh, good. We're educating the world. You hear that?
I'm glad.
Well, look, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on the show and supporting us always. It's always great to see your face at a convention. I always love seeing you.
No problem.
Brett, you're the best. Thanks for coming on, man. Here's the hotline. Leanne P, patron privilege. Leanne P always has good questions.
Hey guys, it's Leanne P from Santa Barbara. Had a question/comment about the episode Veritas. So, Michael and Tom, did you know that this episode Veritas was supposed to be the season finale due to the writer's strike? And were y'all surprised that you ended up with 5 more episodes for this season?
Yeah, good question. I think, we were shocked. I thought the writer's strike, that would be it. And it wasn't. So good question. Yeah, we didn't know what was going to happen. I remember just hanging out with Greg Beeman and writing a script and working together to try and do something and then thinking Smallville's not coming back this year. And lo and behold, AJS, what'd I say?
AG.
Hi, Talkville. It's AJ. This is a question for the episode Veritas. Tom, from an acting perspective, which scene are you more proud of? Confronting Lionel at the ISIS Foundation with all of the blocking and acting opposite John Glover, or the end with Lana where you're fighting back tears? Really looking forward to closing out the season with you guys. Thanks.
I'm going to choose the first one, acting with Lionel. That's more challenging because it's much more of a engagement where Well, I don't know. I'm going to choose number one because the Lana thing was more about like just trying to find the emotion because I know they visually wanted to see that. Whereas acting with John Glover is always 5-star.
Lana from
Hi, this is Lane Gonzalez from Iola, Kansas, calling about Season 7, Episode Veritas. My question is for Michael. I'm kind of wondering, given the fact that this is your last season, did you already know by this point that you weren't coming back? And if so, doesn't it feel like it's just kind of rushing to a climactic end for your character? Yes. Or is that just me? It just feels like they crammed too much into the last few episodes of this already short.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lane. It was rushed. The whole part was rushed. That's what I was upset about most, is that this season, it was my last season, and it was rushed, but there was a writer's strike and there was so much going on that it was out of, people's control. But yeah, I was a little upset about it. And as I watch it now, I sort of feel the same way. I wish it was more, had more of an impact. Robert from Walden, New York.
Hi, my name is Robert from Walden, New York. My question is for Michael for the episode Veritas. Were there some additional scenes for the episode since the writer's strike was happening that could be used if that was the end of the season and the end of your time on the show?
There was a scene, when we were in Whistler, when we were on those mountains, snow-capped mountains, that they had some footage of me that they could have done something. But the glaciers, and they never used anything of me there, even though they had it filmed. So I wonder if they could have used some of that.
I just heard about that.
Yeah. So Carolyn from Springfield. Yeah, but I guess it worked out.
Hi, Michael, Tom, and Ryan. This is Carolyn from Springfield, Missouri. I was watching season 7, episode 15, Veritas. I don't understand why they took Lana to the hospital, knowing that Brainiac was the one who did what he did to her and there was nothing that could be done. I was just curious what the purpose of that would have been. Thanks.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's a valid question.
Yeah.
I guess she couldn't do anything and they needed someone to take care of her. And I guess the excuse was.
Is it just pure desperation?
Yeah,
I guess.
Because do something. Please do whatever you can, because I can't do anything.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
She had to have some help.
Yeah.
John from Yorktown, New York.
Hey, Michael and Tom. This is John from Yorktown, New York. I'm calling for season 7, episode 15, Veritas. My question for both of you guys: when Brainiac attacks Lana and Clark sees her in the kitchen later, is it just Kristen's wearing contacts, or is that CGI?
No, that's contacts. She wore contacts.
The cataracts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Text, not a question for the episode, a question from Michael. My name is Riley. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm a current theater student at Western Kentucky University. My alma mater. Wondering if Michael ever signed a green room or dressing room wall during his time at Western. I did. I don't know if it's still there, but I did sign it somewhere. Also wanted to thank you, Michael. When I first got to Western, I was struggling a lot, and knowing that Lex Luthor, you are the best Lex, no question, went to Western and became so successful really helped. I gotta tell you, Riley, you never know what life is going to bring you. I know it sounds cliche, but you never know. I was in a small town. I grew up in Newburgh, Indiana. No one expected me to do anything. And, a mixture of luck and tenacity and perseverance and just confidence, false bravado, whatever it is, got me through it.
Well, and your eyes open to what could be opportunities.
Yeah.
If you're looking for doors that are closed, you're going to find them. If you're looking for open doors, you will find them.
Yeah.
They may not be the way you want, but look for open doors
and take every opportunity you can. Everything. It may seem so trivial and stupid, like you're doing this free job and this free job, but it's experience. It's so you can't get that anywhere. You just have to take every opportunity as it comes. Do theater, do improv, somebody's doing a spec commercial. I remember they're just filming a commercial that's not even bought, and they're like, "Hey, will you be the guy? And we're going to try and sell this." Yes. Hey, we're going to do everything. It doesn't matter. Thank you for all your questions. I really appreciate it. Rosenbaum rating. We're going to go to Ryan.
Rosenbaum rating.
Tom first.
I'll go first because I think I said so. I mean, I know what I said earlier, but it's changed since hearing from Al and understanding sort of the complexity of how this episode got written and how it got aired. So I'm going to give it a 1.
Ryan, don't be persuaded by Tom.
No, you know what? So I think part of me when I was watching this was like 1.5 for sure. And then, just like thinking about it and talking about it, I one, which is, we don't need a preamble. Let's just go 1. Who cares?
I'll give it 1. Rosenbaum rating.
Who cares?
We did that. Death and save count 0, dead 0 saved.
Whoa.
315 episodes. That's my door.
Sorry, that's
20
me.
dead, 38 saved. Series 238 dead, 267 saved. Ryan's favorite scene.
Oh my goodness.
He's going to write down 3 scenes and we will guess which one his favorite scene is.
Okay.
Of the episode. Here we go.
Give me.
Pretty sure I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you guys talk about it beforehand, I'm sure.
No. Wrong.
Mm-mm.
Why would Ryan cheat?
I don't cheat. All right. Scene 1.
Winners don't cheat.
Scene 1, the opening where Fine confronts Kara and Clark. Scene 2, Lionel pleads for forgiveness with Chloe. Or scene 3, Clark visits Lana at the institution at the end.
Well, I can't pick 3 because I've already addressed that. So I'm going to say 1.
I'm going to say 2 when he pleads with Chloe. I thought that was really cool.
Damn, I was going to say that.
What was it?
I mean, 3 moved me. I was moved by 3.
So you said 3. So
3.
we were both wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts? Not really. That's it for the episode. Stick around next week as we go very dark and talk about episode 16, Descent. This is one of my favorite episodes. I hadn't seen it before I was on the Smallville cruise. And then I watched it. And this was an episode they showed with me and Glover. They show episodes on the cruise. So you want to see that. It's really funny with us. And I was surprised how good it was. Boy, was I dark.
It is a series highlight.
It is a series highlight. Let's take the discussion online. Let us know your thoughts on the episode over on our socials at Talkville Podcast or Talkville Pod. Show the support by joining Patreon, patreon.com/Talkville. And if you want more information like merch from the show or our hotline number, you can find all that in the description. We love you. We thank you for all this. Please join Patreon. Keep supporting.
Remember, folks, always hold on to Smallville.
All right, guys, we cannot forget about our wonderful patrons. I can't wait to sign up for Ryan's. For now, here we go with ours. Little Lisa, Leanne P, Raj C, Santiago M, ThomasTomTurner, Shane W, BetsyD, Abhi P, KarenApple M, 99 more, Lana N, Brett G, always hold on to Smallville, Garrett W, Bob K, Tom N, Jason W, Lana, Rhymes with Banana, W, Nancy D, Brian G, Grape Jelly 817, Amanda R, Teddy 127, Michael P, we love him, as you know, Ryan R, Randy B, Craig G, Heather and Greg, we love you. I made Talkville say butts.
Clark's mom, Kristen B, Finky Dan. Who's that? Jeanette E, General Zod, Doug R, Shanna I, Kendall Limerick I, Corey L, Mr. Home Arcade, Claire M, D Brown, Jules M, Eldon Supremo, Brian P, Mick Burtz, Ginger Moose, Christoph S, Michael King doesn't blank, Sebastian F, Wolfie and Little Wolfie, Matthew and Lincoln B, Mary Lou L, Shannon Fafanin, Matt Maverick, Randy S, Cassie B, Denny Mirabel, Mary K, Sophie L, when you're rich, you aren't eccentric, or you aren't crazy, you're eccentric, Derek R at House of L.
The Alexander Castle, Daryl E, Jenny B, 76, Monica T, Ms.
It's
M,
actually
Emily,
Monica T.
Monica T.
Yes.
Emily, who locked. That's always good. You gotta lock it up. Jeffrey K, previously on Smallville. Keith B, Cookie K, Libertarian, Ivan G, Danny Z from Cleveland, Biagio C, Madison H, as told by Helen, and Dr. J.
Kurt F, Clois 28, Dr. G and Dr. T, Flirtatious B, Eduardo and Nancy per 6, Naman L, Smallville for Life, Bobby B, Kendrick F, Stacy Beth L, Other Brother Daryl, Melanie P, Charlie M, Cheyenne F, AJ S, Heather S, Heather H, Tom and Michael's friend Mickey, Sierran H or Karen H, Hubs, Jackie J, John Cruzville 2026 W, Bradley H, Nick H, Dan E or Dan L, Coraline E, David A, Sierra, Steph Meister, J, the Broken Hero, Brooklyn.
Ann M, Chris F, Kyle Ann, Blanca S, JD Rocks, Rebecca P, Jacob G, Erica, not Durant H, Roman
Romina and Bianca S. Romina N. Bianca
Cocoa
S.
Beach Kidneys, Anna H.M., Lexi and Sid, Adriana G., The Blue Kiwi, Dylan C.,
Aza? I think it's Aza or Isa.
Aza K. We're good at this, guys. Omar H.
Or maybe it's Aja. Aja K.
Could be. Marky Keds, Sexy Lexi, Kyle W., and Zenobia G.
Zenobia G. Yes, we love you guys. Thank you for the support. Go to patreon.com/talkville and join and support the show and get your name shouted out and much, much more. Tommy, we'll see you next week.